There's a Cambridge United player, Harvey Nibbs, who's top of the goal scoring charts. Although it's not in the Premier League, it's in the FA Cup. Cambridge, I don't actually believe, are in the third round of the FA Cup. If they are, they've had a wonderful run. We take on Barnsley today. Oh, they are. They've got Blackburn in this third round. Would have loved to have come up against Cambridge in the FA Cup. I might have played it in that case. We will sim this game against Barnsley as we look to progress in the FA Cup, but we've obviously, fortunately, won that competition already in this stage, so it's not a priority. We've West Brom, Liverpool, Derby and Tottenham also to play in today's episode. And we're in the January transfer window, of course. So as the side are tiring slightly, and as we have a handful of players that aren't necessarily growing as we hoped they would, or did grow well but have peaked, as Tudor grabs a brace to give us a 2-0 win over Barnsley. So we're through to the next round. Cambridge, bollocks, I didn't see quickly enough. Never mind, we'll find out in due course. So we have some signings that I'd like to get done. But I don't know. He's going to go on a short term. Good. Okay, good. Short-term loan there. That's fantastic news. I'm actually going to reject that bid for Lazovic, as he's now going to stay at the club, and we look to keep him in the Rotato side moving forward, whilst we loan that young Marcelo region, Evaristo. So the side should have recovered perfectly well for the game against West Brom. I think I'm probably going to sim that one too at home and play Liverpool and Tottenham today. Derby down the bottom still. West Brom are 6th. We drew against them yesterday, but we did play very well. And if Lucas Bull had been firing on all cylinders as he was against Aston Villa in the game against West Brom, then we would have won that game without too much of an issue. So we have £15 million available to us. I'm in the process of trying to move on a couple of others. There's some more players that are starting to pop up on our radar with regards youngsters that are from other teams' youth academies that could play a part in our lineup, although it doesn't look like Sean Amuzu's actually going to be that good. I am open to Nyangbo or the other young Englishman we have from Inter Milan, Nibbs, Ryan Nibbs, not Harvey Nibbs, as we mentioned at the top of the episode, to come in and replace Mason on the left-hand side of our Rotato 11, but I need to sell to buy at the moment because I quite frankly can't afford. I could actually, let me just try it on the off chance, a player plus cash deal with Mason involved to see if they'd be interested in maybe taking Mason off my hands. He's only valued at £5.5 million, and I'll offer a transfer fee of, well, basically everything I have, really, and hope that they're open to something, which they are not. They would accept 22 million, which is undervaluation, but it's also more than I currently have available to me. But good to know that they would accept a bid that's undervaluation. So if we can sell Mason now in this window, then maybe Ryan Nibbs could find his way into our squad. Got a number of players that I am still trying to move on. Some are transfer listed, some are loan listed. Valente, showing great potential, but it's just, some of these players just aren't growing quickly enough, and I really could do with the money to spend elsewhere. Ricardo's growing nicely, Pedro Jesus is growing nicely, but they're just not growing quickly enough. Ronnie Tyler's contract expires in 6 months, so there's no chance of being able to move him on. I could maybe move on Ruben Vidal-Pereira, but I'm hoping that he'll grow continually well. So Mason is transfer listed, but nobody yet has shown an interest in him. Vukoya up 2, Afrifa up 2 as well. There's no one that I definitely consider selling from the starting 11 or from Rotato outside of probably Mason, considering we know that we've got players that we can find or have found that could replace him. Berger's definitely someone that we could replace. Menezes is someone that could be replaced, but time will tell whether we find adequate replacements for them. Obviously, we're only able to sign players in this save that come from our or another side's youth academy. And at present, our youth academy just isn't in a position now to throw up players that are of a decent enough quality. I need players that have come through someone else's academy years ago and grown to the point of being first team quality, which is the case for a handful of players that we've found so far, but not everybody that we've found so far. So we'll crack on. We'll go and sim that game against West Brom and hopefully move ourselves up the table as Evaristo goes out on loan to Rennes in France. That will be a good move for him. Now, hopefully, I'll just sim this training session. We'll just go straight to the game against West Brom. Hopefully, get ourselves a win here too. We drew at the Hawthorns. A bid for Vermeulen that I'm not willing to accept. A bid for Jenkins that I'm also not willing to accept. Jenkins continues on in our starting lineup. I don't have any go-to centre-backs that I'm aware of that I could try and sign. Right, now this should be a win for us. And it is by 2-1. Van der Voort and Hefte bring us back from 1-0 down after Embolo gave them the lead, but Lucas Rodriguez sent off after half an hour for West Brom, and that is very costly for them. That will move us above West Brom in the league and up into 5th. Okay, the season just came alive. 4 points outside the top 4. Champions League football is within our grasp this season. And so the season changed. Fulham have come in with a bid of £15.3 million for Lucas Costa. He's lost all of his potential because of the drop, because of his 7-month injury last season. He's not going to grow any more than he currently is sat at. As much as it would pain me, for the sake of the team, it's probably the right thing to do to move Costa on. For the sake of the improvement of the rest of the squad, I hope that this is something we can get agreed with Fulham. And they'll take him. £19.5 million. That will free up cash to go out and sign elsewhere. And because we'd be losing another central midfielder, that may well see, again, another change in formation with our lineups. Whether that be rotated or not. Oh my God, we have got Cambridge in the FA Cup. Oh yes, let's go. I'll play Liverpool. We'll sim Derby. I can't not play Cambridge, and then we'll have Tottenham at the end of the month. Oh, let's go. Cambridge United in the fourth round of the FA Cup. Love that. It's going to pain me, but we will try and knock them out. Confirmation that Costa has been sold to Fulham. £15.5 million has been added to my transfer budget. Now that might change the outlook in this window. I don't have a massive amount to adjust, but we are not far away from being able to afford Firmino Diaz. 36.5 of his valuation. I am torn as to what to do now. I might need to go for a centre mid. I am actually now scouting Sean Amuzu just to see how good he is at Cadiz. But I think considering we just need to strengthen throughout the squad, and I'm going to have to stop simming with a full rotated 11 and just blend the squads together. This is a save where we aren't able to rotate as I normally would. You can see Liverpool's starting lineup on the right-hand side. Marouane Boadou came off the bench to, well, destroy me the last time we played Liverpool. Here's Boadou into Mikel Merino. They started with Diogo Jota up top in the last game we played against some Liverpool. But Boadou's clearly been impressing to earn the start here, and he did play really well off the bench for them in that game. Renato Sanchez has support from Mikel Merino, and Liverpool take an early 1-0 lead, and that's not exactly the way that we needed to start today. Breathe. Liverpool second in the table as we came into this fixture, as we're trying to chase down those European spots. These are the sort of games that are probably going to evade us point-wise between now and the end of the season, but it's games against the likes of West Ham, who are above us in the table, that we need to maximise. And these ones against Liverpool and Manchester City and a number of others that aren't necessarily the key ones to our overall success. But it's obviously nicer to play against the bigger teams than it is the lesser teams for you guys as a viewing audience. So we will continue to play the big games, sim the smaller games, and hope that we can work our way into that top 4. Fabinho to Boadou over the top, looking for Mo Salah. He's probably declined in ratings by now. Salah, season 6 perhaps. Boadou, I was trying to force him wide. Renato got 1 assist already. Renato Sanchez, but he won't be getting another if we have anything to say about it. Come on then, Lucas, on the run. I want to draw the defender towards me, so then I can play Damian in behind. Now, Lucas Ball's now does pick up the pace with that secondary run. He just held his line. Bury it, please. Thank you, Lucas. Mr. Ball is back. 3 goals in his last 2 games, and 1 in the sims as well. Lucas Bull is starting to return back to the sort of form that made him one of your fan favourites. We equalise against Liverpool. We'll send Lucas away again. And Salim's in a good position. Not that that ended up going to him. We'll look for Hefte here. Go back to Bull. And Salim is at the back post if I can find him. But unfortunately, Bastoni's tracked back nicely. Bull wins that header. Trent will help it on its way. And it looks like it's probably going to be 1-1 at half-time. But after going 1-0 down early doors, I'll certainly take 1-1 at half-time. Or can we do what we did in the last episode and sneak a goal just before half-time to go 2-1 up? Evidently not. And stayed down on the ground, hurt there. Hopefully he's able to get back up. I could really do without an injury to a central midfielder now that we've just sold Lucas Costa and haven't yet raised the funds to replace him with an improved player. Away, please, Jenkins. Anywhere will do from there, thank you. Hefte's back to his feet, I think. Renato Sanchez into Boadu. Strong challenge. Mane, good save by Vermeulen. The half ending, I was hoping, with a goal for us. It might end with a goal for them. Hefte is injured, but able to continue on here. Fabinho with the header. That's... oh, had me worried, but wide it went. Renato Sanchez into Marino. I have caught him, but the referee didn't give a foul. Mane, oh, why is... Nagy just kind of skipped past Mane there and put himself well out of position defensively. Here's Tsimikas forward from left back, so if I can get it off him, we have the opportunity to get down this side. That's why I aimed that header as best I could with Pumphrey towards Van der Voort. And Salim is with me. Tudor is there, though. Now, can we get this second goal? Lucas Bull! Alisson with the save. I'm not going to be able to shoot with Van der Voort. Tudor again. Yes! There we go! Barrow 2, Liverpool 1. We have turned it around here at home. At Barrowboy Lane, we may well go behind, but we always fight back. Yes! Give me that top 4. I want Champions League next year. Just work it to a man in space as Man United take a 3-1 lead against West Ham, which is good for us. West Ham dropping points is going to make it easier to try and catch them. The Champions League spots, provided we can see this through and Curtis Jones' substitution doesn't pay dividends. He started the last one and scored twice. As long as he doesn't come off the bench here and impact the game the same way he did in the first game against Liverpool, we could find ourselves getting a lot closer to those Champions League spots. I just can't quite squeeze it to a man to try and get a third goal and seal this one out. But I'm so desperate to try and get that win. Give me the ball back. Van der Voort. Oh my God, I can't get it off them. Don't tell me this is going to be another late equaliser like West Brom yesterday, where everything seemed to go in the opposition's favour. Mane with a poor ball. Tsimikas again pushed forward to try and offer support offensively, and now Matias Gonzalez can drive up the other way and utilise that open space and the extra pace. Now this time, can he find a pass inside to a teammate that's in a good position? Yes, he can. Look all the way out wide here to Lucas Bull. Shoot across goal. Brilliant block by Trent Alexander-Arnold, but with less than 2 minutes to go, surely now, this is game. Diogo Jota will come off the bench, but I don't think he'll have a part to play between now and the end of the game. Pumphrey's up for this. Alisson's there. But hopefully, the seconds will tick down. They've run out of stamina. They've run out of time. It's going to be Barrow 2, Liverpool 1, and a, well, ginormous. It's not just a big win. That's a ginormous win. Arguably one of the biggest wins we've ever gotten in this save, to win at home against Liverpool by 2-1 after being 1-0 down, as West Ham drop points as well. That's massive for us as we close down on the Champions League spots. We are a single point outside the top 4. This season really has come alive. And our goal difference is better than everybody else around us now. Please don't be out for too long, Hefte. Just 5 days. That is manageable. Very, very manageable. A bid for Valente, except from Bayern Munich. I'm not going to try and negotiate an extra £200,000 or £300,000. Isn't going to make any difference. Just get the money in. Right, Derby, Sim, Hefte injured. How long is till the next game against Cambridge? We've got basically a full week. We can sim with the starting 11, and Hefte could just be automatically replaced probably by Milic. No, Lazovic has gone in there. Come on, game. Sort your life out. You know I've got a player that could just fill that role. Right, Derby away. We drew last time somehow. We've won 3-1 away here this time. Bull, Nagy, and Bull again. Lucas Bull has come alive with our season. West Ham beat Arsenal, which is actually a big result for them. Valente transfer bid again, this time with 2.85 from Tottenham. Jesus wept. Why Tottenham are interested in him, I've absolutely no idea. Right, join me in a game that will have all sorts of personal feelings for me. It's Cambridge United versus Barrow. It was a League 2 tie in real life this past season. Now it's Premier League side versus League 2 side. What does Cambridge's side look like in Season 6 then? Still Callum Burton and Leon Davies and Okadina and Iredale and O'Neill and May and Hannon and Nibs and Neil. Wow. So many Cambridge United real life players still in that starting lineup. Urapuka and Saunders, the only two that aren't real life Cambridge players. Unbelievable. Throw for Cambridge. I'll deal with it. I'll have that. Thank you very much. Oh, what the hell? That's not what I wanted. Thank you very much. Jesus, wept. About gifting Cambridge the chance to go in front. Bloody hell. Diaz Gonzalez is onside here. We might be going in front ourselves. I'll try and turn inside. Look for the runner. Okay, Tudor's there. Some of these passes, not necessarily finding the person I'm trying to pass to. Thankfully, didn't cost us a goal at one end or cost us a goal at the other. We lead 1-0. Shields Milic well. Finds Joe Neal. Forward to Harvey Nibbs. Was the tournament's top goal scorer. If this game goes as well as it could do, then we might be setting a new top goal scorer in the league, because there is going to be the opportunity to score plenty of goals in this game. And Hefte adds a second. Oh, much as I'm delighted to be winning in the FA Cup, it is bittersweet to be doing it in such easy fashion against the side that I support. Sorry, United. 2-0 Barrow. Hannon down the line to Jack Iredale. Varling trying to catch him. Got some options here, Iredale. Varling intercepts. And again, we have the opportunity to open up this Cambridge United backline. We will be doing a Cambridge RTG on FIFA 22. There have been some comments asking about that of late. It will be happening, although starting in League 1, of course, next year rather than League 2. But it's 3 goals that we have here now. It's so bittersweet. Milic. They've tucked narrow. This is dangerous. Gonzalez floated. Tudor! Hits 4 before half-time, and Damian Tudor has 3 of them. A hat-trick. He wants the golden boot in the FA Cup, apparently, this season, Damian Tudor. And he might score more goals than anybody else in the competition just in this game. If he keeps this up, 3 in the first half. Into Hefte. And there's Vidal Pereira. Across into Tudor. And Hefte. Hefte. Buried. It's 5-0. Could well be our biggest win of the entire save, this. The second half has begun how the first half ended. Neil tackled. Oh, well, Hefte didn't get there first. But still the counter-attack will happen. I'm almost tempted to try and get that to Tudor to try and give him a 4th. Oh, it's a hat-trick for Hefte as well. Oh, wow. 3 for Hefte, 3 for Tudor, 6 for Barrow. It gets worse for Cambridge. I was excited to play them. Now I wish I'd simmed it. The misery is over for Cambridge United. For me, a hat-trick apiece for both Tudor and Hefte. And we stroll, sprint into the next round of the FA Cup. Cambridge actually had more of the ball. I just counted on them and ran away all the time. A 6-0 win. One of the most unenjoyable 6-0 wins of all time. Finally, a bid for Mason. Thank you. 6.6 million from Sheffield United. We will try and get a little bit more if we can. Right. Things might actually be taking a notch up here at the end of the episode as we try and seal the potential of new arrivals. Right. The game against Tottenham is on the final day of the month. I might be tempted to sim that, actually. Tottenham having a pretty poor season so far. Matias Gonzalez, Mason sold. They found all they can in France. Matias Gonzalez wants to fill the spot left by Mason. I'll say it'll take some hard work because the plan is to replace him. Tottenham are 11th. Ugh. Having a horrible season, Tottenham. Ferreira Schutter's been drafted in for the moment. Can I see a Muzu yet? I can't see his stats yet. Oh, right, so I could try and loan to buy Firmino Diaz. But I think I want to try and buy Nibs first. Let's approach to buy Nibs. He's on low work rates, but obviously we can change that. Now, they reckon I could get him quite cheap. And they counted 22 something, wasn't it? They counted 22 something when I bid earlier on in the... Yeah, there you go, 22.3. When I bid earlier on when trying to use Mason as a part of the deal. I could get him really cheap here. 20.2 and they'll let me have him. Steal! Ryan Nibs, in you come, son. What's he on? 73 grand a week. We can afford that. If he'll accept rotation, which he will, this could be a great deal for us. Player, hopefully with some potential to grow as well. No release clause, thank you very much. Can play in a multitude of different positions as well. Only wants 50 grand a week, plus a couple of bonuses. In he comes. Right. Nibs. He'll go straight onto the bench here. Bit of a thin squad at the moment. I hadn't quite realised that we were quite that thin on the ground. Menezes is on the bench there as well. I don't want him there. Lazovic will throw on now as well. So we could really do with avoiding some injuries, actually, couldn't we? I genuinely didn't realise I'd left myself quite so short-handed. Let's put Ferreira Schutter on the bench. Sorry for a moment. No point having a keeper on the bench in FIFA, is there? Because you just don't get injuries to them. Right. Now, I'm not going to go for Nyangbo. Now, can I loan to buy? No, I can't loan to buy. It won't even let me try and loan to buy. I'm going to add Amuzu to my shortlist. I'm potentially keen on this guy too. Maybe as a winger, or even as no, his passing's not like I was saying. Even as a midfielder, but his passing's not that good. 84 rated, valued at 50 million now. I'll remove Nyangbo now. I'll add him to my shortlist as well, though. Maybe we'll find out about Amuzu between the end. Oh no, we're on deadline day, aren't we? We aren't going to find out about him. Yeah, come on. We'll sim Spurs. We can get a result. We can get a result. A 1-1 draw. Van der Voort and Sessegnon with the goals. A 1-1 draw. West Ham lose again. West Ham lose again. Oh no, we're not Wolves. Oh, I got excited for a minute. West Ham, actually, it was Wolves that beat them, wasn't it? That might be a pain in the arse. We've overtaken West Ham. It was Wolves that beat them by 2-1, for Christ's sake. We've overtaken West Ham, but we're not fourth. Wolves are now fourth, but still a point off fourth spot. Champions League football may well come to us next season. Vidal Pereira now wants the chance to play. Don't let it go to your head, pal. There's still plenty of time left. I'm not going to find out about Amuzu, am I? I could try and loan him, regardless of not knowing what his stats are. Valued at 19 million. Can I afford him anyway? I might be able to just buy him, you know. I don't know what they'd want for him. He's probably quite a bit. 26, yeah, I can't afford him. Okay, never mind. Well, it'd be nice to see what he looks like, so we could potentially maybe do something next season there. 2 potential centre-mid options for us then, as we head into next season, where we will need central midfielders. But transfer deadline day is upon us. Biggest deals so far: Moise Kean to Barcelona from Manchester United, Koundé from Real Madrid to Arsenal, and Musiala from Bayern Munich to Liverpool. Back to the Premier League, Musiala. Back to English football. Actually, we won't scroll through those just yet. We'll wait and see what happens in the remainder of the window. £300 million spent in the first 2 hours. And a transfer bid for Varling. Although it's a player swap deal with Ronnie Lopez. No, thank you. Varling stays. I really, genuinely, with the state of the squad, can't afford to let anyone else go out on a permanent or a loan. Now, Brighton have bid 82 million for Hefte. He's excelled this season, Hefte, in that cam role. I do have players I can just recall from loan should I need to, so it really isn't a problem having a small squad at the moment and being short-staffed. Trying to bid for Jenkins from Atalanta, which we will reject. it's in the defensive positions where at the minute it's really difficult to find any youth academy players from other sides that are genuinely good enough. I might have to spend quite a little bit of time in the summer, pre or post episode 1, having a look through literally just every league and scouting 1,000 players to try and find some defenders that are going to dramatically improve the overall nature of this side. Interested in Lazovic there, but we've got our young other left back out on loan. Only 900 million spent on deadline day. Milinkovic-Savic to Barcelona from Lazio. So there's Moise Kean and Milinkovic-Savic. Barcelona splashing the cash. So Arsenal, 109 million pounds spent. Big window for them. Paredes coming in as well. Villa doing a little bit. We did a little bit. Brighton have a couple of free signings or player exchanges or pre-contracts perhaps. Bayindir, McTominay, Gallagher, Mendy and Chalobah. For Chelsea, Palace doing a little bit. Derby, again, some free business. Everton doing quite a bit. Kessié coming in. Costa went to Fulham. Rodak left Fulham. Leicester doing a little bit. Liverpool doing some, not a massive amount, especially fee-wise. Jonathan Tah and Paco Alcacer in at City as Stones leaves. So Jonathan Tah, presumably a replacement there. Manchester United selling a lot of players and only bringing in Livakovic as a replacement. Newcastle making a little bit of profit whilst improving their squad. Sheffield United doing a little bit. Southampton doing a little bit more. Tottenham doing quite a bit, actually. Soumare, Valente and Pastina in. Gazzaniga, Elvedi and Joe Rodon out. West Brom spending quite a bit of money. Fair play to them. They're going to challenge, or they want to challenge for that European spot. Nelson, Arslan, Bobas and Shinazuka in at West Ham with Balbuena out and Wolves as deals you saw there. So, as we end the January transfer window, we find ourselves in 5th, challenging for that European spot. West Ham and Wolves are also there with us, as are Everton and Chelsea and West Brom. Arsenal and Spurs down in 10th and 11th. Surprise names up in the top 6 with Wolves and West Ham. Surprise names down at the end of the down in mid-table with Spurs and Arsenal. Maybe not Arsenal on last year's performances. Derby have reached 10 points now, although they still look doomed, but the rest of the relegation spots are up for grabs. From Newcastle down, it could be any 2 of those 5. Right, I think I'm happy with that transfer window. I'm pretty sure I'm happy with that transfer window. We spent most of our money. I might look to try and still do something for Muzu later on in the window. Alternatively, I'm just going to have to scour the entire save for some more defensive youth academy players. Pumphrey's up to 88, which is great. He's growing nicely. Vermaelen up to 81. We are in a decent position right now. A very decent position. That will do us for today's episode, though, guys. Thank you very much for watching, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss out on any more. We're back to European action tomorrow with 2 games against the Red Bull Salzburg of Austria, not Leipzig of Germany, so it should be easier. And, crucially, a massive game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Giant game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, thank you very much. We could be top 4 by the end of tomorrow's episode. Don't miss it. I'll see you then.